Good morning, everyone. Let me check to see how my audio, everything is looking good. Yep. Happy Monday. It is November 24th. And I scheduled this just me. This isn't a Rebel Roundtable or anything, but I have a ton of new things that I would love to share with you that I've been working on, and maybe some deals and things for those that are especially looking at bankruptcy, but lots of new things. Very excited. There are a lot of things that are still in the works that we're adding and things like that. But I'm going to start in with, first of all, I did do a logo rebrand. So you'll see my Lawyer Success Network logo is now up behind me here and on the website and things like that, basically spotlighting the ways that lawyers can be successful and bringing new ideas and things like that to the workplace and the legal market. So that's where the spotlight came from. I do have that superhero brand. And so I thought that fit in well with almost like a bat signal or something like that. So I'm going to do some sharing on my screen and talking through things. If you have questions, I will check on chat to see if I can see. I'm streaming right now to YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And we'll share some chats as well. So let's see here. First, we're going to start with sharing the website. So I did do a website rebrand. It's been up for a little while, but I haven't really shared that out too much. So let's jump over to my web browser and pull up. Oh, that's my YouTube channel. That is not my web browser. So let's stop sharing that. The fun of being live when you have all of these things open in the background. So let's open up this one. So this one is the website is now with the Lawyer Success Network on there. We do have available online courses and things like that. Just added. This is my newest, one of my newest things is Launchpad. And Launchpad is a free membership. Lawyers getting started or want to share information, and we're going to jump right in and show you what Launchpad looks like here in a second. And then we still have the same giveaways that we've always had, the Growing Your Law Firm and consulting. The cool thing that we've updated is under the Learning Center. I got rid of there were a bunch of tabs here. We now have a few different membership options. And I'm going to jump in and actually show you what this looks like on the inside, because it's so much more fun to look at the inside than it is to look at the website. But Launchpad is the free monthly, it's just a membership, a community site to log into. And one of the reasons why I did this was because there's all kinds of groups in Facebook and LinkedIn, and I find that you get so overwhelmed by the posts and it's not super well organized. And so this was my attempt at creating a community where we can share all that same information, ask questions, and it's all right there. And we know who we're talking to and that kind of thing. So Launchpad is designed for lawyers who either are starting a practice, they want to launch a new idea for a practice, because I do a lot of that these days. And then stay connected to a network of forward-thinking attorneys, people who aren't going to say, well, that's not how it's always been done, and you can't do that, because that's one of the things I do a lot of these days, is telling people they can do things. The other memberships that we launched, Bankruptcy Toolbox. This is my absolute favorite thing that I have come up with. They're all my favorites. That's the sad part about this. Bankruptcy Toolbox is for forward-thinking, modern bankruptcy attorneys who want tools and resources and a community to help them. And it's got a document bank with forms, templates. It's got a brief motions, adversary proceeding examples, with the caveat that, of course, you need to check your local jurisdiction for rules and things like that. It has letters for like discharge violation warnings and things like that. So I created this documents and templates bank as part of the Bankruptcy Toolbox. And again, it's intended to be very practical. Practice tools, there is case management. We've got demos of different case management systems, different bankruptcy software systems, training. There's trainings, marketing resources. Every day I post like news that you can use for your blog and things like that. And then it also has monthly, we have a hypo hour where if you're new to bankruptcy or you have a weird sticky question and you want to run it by, it's a Zoom that's not recorded, that we can run things by, attorney-client privilege, all of those things, of course. But the bankruptcy toolbox is one of my favorite things I've created because it's the practical side of what we do and not as much of the CLE side of things. Bankruptcy boardroom. You may have seen this as the Bankruptcy Business Lab. I am retooling it a little bit. The Bankruptcy Boardroom is for those bankruptcy law firm owners who want to take their business to the next level. We do a lot of talking about pricing, charging for consults, client expectations, and how you set those so that your firm runs smoothly. So a lot of the business side of things. So the bankruptcy boardroom is where it's really about the management of the firm and not necessarily the individual like bankruptcy cases. So workflows and things like that could be in both toolbox and boardroom. But the bankruptcy boardroom, we have a theme each month. We have Zoom, again, that is monthly to talk through the theme. There's trainings that are shared every month on that topic. And so the bankruptcy boardroom is really taking that next step of how to create a profitable bankruptcy practice. So those three are up on the website, and I'm going to take you inside them now. So let's go inside Launchpad first. So when you log into Launchpad, it does ask you to create, you have a profile, you have to put a photo up. It does not have to be your picture if you don't want it to be, but you do have to put some kind of photo. I've done logos, I've done other things on there. So brand new, but here is the Launchpad. We have different channels in here for announcements, delegating, going solo, networking, tech automation, videos and replays. And so all of the trainings that I do either on YouTube or live, we've got a marketing one versus a business model branding that we recently did, was really fun. So all of those are in there with the tools. Under the learning tab is where you can go in and see the courses that are available. And some of them are free, like Bankruptcy 101 is a free training in Launchpad. Getting paid, fee agreements is also a free one in there. And then there are some that are available for purchase. It's easy to buy once you're in here. And so if you want to go into a free one, I'm just going to open up one of these real quick so that you can see what the courses look like. It takes you to all of the courses. So if you have multiple courses, it will launch up in here and show you all of the courses that you have and which ones you want to jump into. Bankruptcy 101 is in there as it's just a single like 1 hour course. So it's not multiple modules. If you were to go into the building a bankruptcy practice, which is multiple modules, because it's a 12-hour session on how to build a bankruptcy practice, you will see all of the different modules in there. And some of the modules even have like part 1 and part 2. And so you can go in there, click through all of them and watch all of them once you purchase the course. So the learning tab is where a lot of the courses are all the materials are stored in there for each course has materials and handouts and worksheets and fun things like that. The other fun thing is the events tab, and I'm going to show you that in the bankruptcy toolbox. So I will run you through that. So Launchpad is free. Can log in whenever you want, ask questions, go into channels, figure out what you want to do with like delegating and outsourcing. We have the VA outsourcing in there and things like that. So let's look at the toolbox. So the bankruptcy toolbox has more specific bankruptcy launchpads for anybody. And there likely will be additional communities started for other practice areas, but bankruptcy was my first goal to get started. And I am launching this. If you wait till something is perfect, it will never get launched, is what I have discovered. And so this is being launched as I'm working on a few things. Bankruptcy toolbox, again, my baby here. We have the bankruptcy nerd talk for people who have questions about specific bankruptcy issues. Daily bankruptcy news to give you articles and fodder for blogs and videos that you may want to do. Marketing and growth, presentations. If you want to get ideas, I have a bunch of my standard presentations in there that I do as a bankruptcy attorney. Money talk. Let's talk about some of the pricing, some of the, we deal with money every day with our clients, and sometimes we don't know how to deal with that. So the money talk went in there, practice tools, software, and things like that. And then videos and training replays are also in there because I do a lot of live trainings and have included those in there. Under the learning, you have some of the same things as the Launchpad, but some of them are free and included in your membership. So the bankruptcy documents and templates is the big part of this, where you get access to all of those templates, pleadings, forms, things that I've amassed over the years, and I'm always adding to. If there's something that you're looking for, I'm happy to go research it and find it. You do get access to free is the new F word, and that's charging for consults. Understanding bankruptcy for divorce professionals is in there. Bankruptcy from A to Z is free, included in there. And I'm constantly adding to these. You still can purchase Building a Bankruptcy Practice from Start to Finish as the big course. The other cool thing in here is the events. So November doesn't have any events because, it's Thanksgiving week and I'm trying to roll out all kinds of fun stuff. But for example, every month on the second Tuesday is the Hypo Hour, which is free and included. It's a monthly case discussion to talk about. And of course, there's nobody in it yet because I'm just launching this today. So if you do sign up for Bankruptcy Toolbox, we do have the Hypo Hour. And this time is in, it's Central Time. So 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. On December 12th, I'm going to put this out there as part of the Black Friday deals, but Advanced Chapter 13 is available beyond the basics. It's a 3-hour workshop on Advanced Chapter 13, deep dive into all things Chapter 13. The cost for that is $197 on the Black Friday special. Normally it's $297. And so that is good until December 1st, that offer. And that is going to be live on December 12th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central. So noon to 3 Pacific, 3 to 6 Eastern. Try to do all the time zones because I know I have lots of people in different time zones. And it will be recorded. It will be it will be a course that is recorded for you out there in your course library as well, included as part of the Chapter 13 training. So those are the cool things out there that are the events. There will be more on here. We have a marketing one that we're looking at doing and things like that. So those are all included with membership unless it's specifically stated that there's a price to it. The Advanced Chapter 13 one is discounted for you all through December 1st. So finally, let's just jump into the bankruptcy boardroom quick because I'm here, and then I'm going to show you one other cool thing quick before I totally nerdy. Too many things I've created. So bankruptcy boardroom, like I said, the bankruptcy boardroom was intended to be the business of running a bankruptcy firm, how to be smart about it, how to make money doing it, and how to either manage people if you want to manage or don't want to manage. How do you delegate and outsource things? So there is the channels in here: leadership and management, money and metrics, how do you measure things, systems and automation. The boardroom table is our discussions about what's going on this month, who's doing what. December for the Bankruptcy Business Lab, we're doing cash flow forecasting. And so how do you cash flow forecast for 2026? And then the vendor and resource vault. I have a lot of vendors and resources that we get sold to constantly. This is my attempt at putting that together in a way that they don't get all of your information necessarily to bombard you with emails, but we still talk about the vendors and resources that are out there. So that is the bankruptcy boardroom. And that also has learning underneath it. Lots of things are free or discounted in here. 50% off most things, including strategic brainstorming. If you want one-to-one, that's $200 off for bankruptcy boardroom members. So those are all the memberships for attorneys, either looking to go solo or bankruptcy attorneys, that kind of thing. I have some offers that I will pop up here in a second. Before I do that, there's one more thing that I had to add. And this came from a request that I keep getting asked to train support staff on bankruptcy. And can they take my bankruptcy course? And so support staff are really important to a good bankruptcy firm. And so I have created one more community here, the Bankruptcy Support Staff Hub. This is for paralegals, legal assistants, anyone who's supporting a bankruptcy firm that wants to be like top of the line in what they're doing. And so we talk about cases, we talk about issues, networking, if they want to connect with each other, tools and templates, trainings and replays, workflow help are our channels in there right now. The big thing that is coming up with this one is we are doing a 5-hour live session on December 19th to train bankruptcy support staff on exactly what you do with Chapter 713, everything from intake to documents required to trustee communications, templates, those kinds of things. That is one of the deals I have right now that is 50% off before December 1st. And the idea behind this is not only do we get the support staff training, but then we get them into the hub so that they can ask questions and communicate and not necessarily have to constantly come to you with questions, and they're learning as they go. Live Q&A power hours will also be in there, similar to the hypo hours that we have in the bankruptcy toolbox. Some on-demand micro lessons are also in there. So the idea behind this is 5-hour live Zoom training. It will be recorded. It will be as an online course available for anyone who's not able to attend live or wants to get it later. So that is one of the really cool things that, again, I'm having all kinds of fun figuring out what bankruptcy attorneys especially need to be the most profitable they can be. So that's coming up on December 19th. If they register before December 1st, so through Monday night, it is 50% off. I do have links I will share out for that. So let me split up. I'm going to do one more share here because I'm having way too much fun with this. Let me share out. I did a couple of slides to share a few things here. So there's an app. All of these, before I jump into all of the Black Friday sales, there is an app for all of my communities, including the courses. So these are screenshots from my phone of the different communities and logging in. So for example, Launchpad, you get all the channels over there. If you're in multiple groups, if you're in the Toolbox, Launchpad, and the boardroom, you get all of those. You can switch, you can just click and switch between those. So really cool that there's an app for it because we do so many things on our phone these days. I was thrilled that I was able to get this working the way I wanted it to. The other thing you can do from the app is the courses. Now you don't have to be sitting at your computer to actually do the courses. You can log into the app, you can start learning, it'll play the videos. Of course, you may want to use your computer for downloading materials and things like that. And although you can do it from your phone, but there is an app. It's super cool. I love it. The calendar is in there. All the things that are in the web version of this are in the app. So really cool. Okay, let me jump into a few of the Black Friday deals that we have going on for different things. So the Bankruptcy Support Staff Workshop, very excited, 5 hours live on 12/19. It is 50% off by 12/1 if you use the coupon with a coupon code LSM presale. I will give a direct link to that in the chat and in the replays that are available so that you don't have to try to copy down this. It does pop up as a calendar, so I will show you what that looks like here in a second and how to book it. There are bonuses by 12/1 if someone schedules for this. There's 1 hour of one-to-one software training on the bankruptcy software that the firm uses for the support staff. So if they use Next Chapter, Best Case, Jubilee, whatever they use, I will do an hour of one-to-one going through their software with them. And then also it includes 1 month of access to the bankruptcy support staff hub, which is normally $27 a month, but there is 1 hour or 1 month of access to that. If done by 12/1, after 12/1, it goes back to full price and add-ons available for the software training and the bankruptcy access support staff hub. More deals, advanced chapter 13. Live, it's going to be on December 12th, Friday afternoon. What better way to spend your Friday? But it will be recorded as a course out there as well, going through all of the more complicated stuff than we're able to get into in the big bankruptcy course. We're going to dig into like plan calculations. I use ChatGPT for calculations. I have a tool for that. Digging into confirmations, motions, objections, after confirmation, closing, that kind of thing. So really advanced chapter 13, how to get your cases done efficiently. So through December 1st, it's 197. After December 1st, it's 297. So that is another one that I'll put out there in the chat. Finally, I still have my building a bankruptcy practice from start to finish. I love it. I love all the time that I get messages from people who have taken it and said, hey, I have a quick question on this. And they ask, and they're like, this is so cool that I have someone that I can ask questions to and just run things by. Because once you're a student in there, I encourage you to email me, ask me questions, and figure out how to best run your cases. So through December 1st, it is $200 off. The total price of this course is less than the cost of a single Chapter 7 case for attorney fees. So through December 1st, it is $200 off. It also includes 1 hour of one-to-one consulting on whatever you want. If you want ideas on setting up your practice, if you're adding it as a practice area, whatever you want to do for an hour, you get 1 hour. You can schedule that right away, or you can wait till you go through the course and then schedule it. It's up to you. It's good for 6 months. So you have to use the 1 hour of consulting within 6 months of buying. You also, this is a huge add-on, get 6 months of access to the bankruptcy toolbox, which is normally the $97 a month. So the course is basically free when you add up all this stuff together. Again, buying before December 1st, and after December 1st, it goes back to regular price. I still do a lot of one-to-one just discussions and quick Facebook messages for things. Let me jump in and show you kind of what this looks like when you register for things before I wrap this up. So one last thing we're going to look at here is, so the Building a Bankruptcy Practice page is on the website. You can enroll there. I will put the link to the deal for the $17.97 versus the $19.97. If you are going to do the support staff workshop, it is out there as a calendar entry on December 19th. When you click on 10 a.m. and select it, you fill in your information, and the coupon code is LSN presale. LSN presale. I will put that in the notes. And that will take it from $997 to 50% off. So less than $500 to get your support staff trained in 5 hours. For the advanced chapter 13 link, it's the same thing. You're going to get it's set at $197. So this link is only good through December 1st. Same thing. You're going to register and pay, and you will be sent the link for the Zoom webinar. You will also be added to receive the recordings as soon as they are available after December 12th. And here's the bankruptcy support staff workshop. Any questions, reach out to me. Like I said, I had a ton of fun just creating content and training. I really do love training and talking to lawyers about going solo, opening their own firm, bankruptcy, all of those things. And the better trained and the more information and practical tools you have, and not some boring CLE that they slap up a bunch of statutes on screens and read them to you, the better you will be able to actually practice bankruptcy law and other areas too. If you have questions, let me know. If you think there's something I should add, there are a couple more things coming. I will put like a little teaser out there. If you have ever wanted to teach a class, reach out to me. And I'm happy to discuss what that looks like and maybe help you out a little bit. So if you have questions, reach out. I will be thrilled to nerd out with anybody who wants to talk about going solo, support staff training, launching bankruptcy as a practice, funky cases that you have, all kinds of bankruptcy nerd discussion. So thank you for listening to all my new things that have come out, and stay tuned for more. But December 1st,